1. During a visit to a hosting center where your organization keeps some off-site servers, you see a door with an odd-looking panel next to it. You see people approaching the panel and placing their eyes into a hooded viewer. A few seconds after they've done this, the door unlocks. What type of biometric scanner might this be? A. Voice recognition scanner. B. Retinal scanner. C. Fingerprint scanner. D. Facial recognition scanner. Answer B. This is most likely a retinal scanner. Retinal scanners examine blood vessel patterns in the back of the eye. Retinal scanning must be done at short distances. The user has to be right at the device for it to work. 2. You've spent the last week tweaking a fingerprint scanning solution for your organization. Despite your best efforts, roughly 1 in 50 attempts will fail, even if the user is using the correct finger and their fingerprint is in the system. Your supervisor says 1 in 50 is good enough and tells you to move on to the next project. Your supervisor just defined which of the following for your fingerprint scanning system. A. False rejection rate. B. False acceptance rate. C. Critical threshold. D. Failure acceptance criteria. Answer A. Your supervisor just defined the false rejection rate, FRR, for your system. The FRR is the level of false negatives, or rejections, that are going to be allowed in the system. In this case, your supervisor is willing to accept 1 false rejection for every 50 attempts. 3. Which of the following algorithms uses a secret key with a current timestamp to generate a one-time password? A. Hash-based message authentication code. B. Date-hashed message authorization password. C. Time-based one-time password. D. Single sign-on. Answer C. The time-based one-time password, TOTP, algorithm is a specific implementation of an HOTP that uses a secret key with a current timestamp to generate a one-time password. Note that timestamp is the key clue in the question. 4. With regard to authentication, an access token falls into which factor category? A. Something you are. B. Something you have. C. Something you know. D. Something you see. Answer B. An access token is a physical object that identifies specific access rights, and in authentication it falls into the something you have factor category. 5. Which of the following is not a common form of hardware token? A. Proximity card. B. Common access card. C. USB token. D. Iris scan. Answer D. An iris scan would be considered a biometric technique and is not a hardware token. A hardware token is a physical item the user must be in possession of to access their account or certain resources. 6. While depositing cash from a charity fundraiser at a local bank, you notice bank employees are holding up cards next to a panel near a door. A light on the panel turns green and the employees are able to open the door. The light on the panel is normally red. What type of electronic door control is this bank using? A. Iris scanner. B. Hardware token. C. Proximity card. D. Symmetric key token. Answer C. The bank employees are using proximity cards, which are contactless access cards that provide information to the electronic door control system. Proximity cards just need to be close enough to the scanner to work. They do not need to actually touch the scanner. 7. Your colleague is telling you a story she heard about a way to trick fingerprint scanners using gummy bears. She heard that if you press a gummy bear against an authorized user's finger, you can then use that gummy bear as their fingerprint to fool a fingerprint scanner. If this works, the result is an example of which of the following? A. False negative. B. False positive. C. Crossover positive. D. Crossover negative. Answer B. This is an example of a false positive. A false positive occurs when a biometric is scanned and allows access to someone who is not authorized. 8. To ensure customers entering credentials in your website are valid and not someone with stolen credentials, your team is tasked with designing multi-factor authentication. Which of the following would not be a good choice? A. Static code. B. Phone call. C. Authentication application. D. Short message service. Answer A. Static codes can be captured and replayed and are not well suited for systems with active users. 9. When you're designing and tweaking biometric systems, the point where both the accept and reject error rates are equal is known as which of the following? A. Crossover acceptance rate. B. Accept reject overlap rate. C. Crossover error rate. D. Overlap acceptance rate. Answer C. The crossover error rate, CER, is the rate where both accept and reject error rates are equal. This is the desired state for the most efficient operation of a biometric system, and it can be managed by manipulating the threshold value used for matching. 10. Which of the following is not a term used in multi-factor authentication? A. Someone you know. B. Somewhere you are. C. Something you have. D. Something you see. Answer D. Something you see is neither a factor, something you know, something you have, or something you are, nor an attribute. Somewhere you are, something you can do, something you exhibit, or someone you know.